So now we're going to make the cocoa streusel, and for this recipe we have the dry ingredients: the almond powder, the flour, cocoa powder, and the sugar. And with the butter that needs to be cold, we are going to make a sablache. And just with the hands, we are going to mix all of the ingredients until we have a sandy texture. And now that it looks similar to a sand, we are going to take it to the freezer for 1 hour. Now that the streusel is ready, I am going to place it over a silicone mat. Or over some parchment paper. And I'm going to take it to the freezer for about an hour. Then I'm going to bake it. For the tangerine glaze, we are going to hydrate the gelatin with some water. And we're going to leave it for approximately 5 minutes. And now for the rest of the ingredients, I am going to boil the glucose, now I am going to boil the rest of the ingredients: the glucose, the water, sugar, and the condensed milk. And now with the immersion blender, I am going to continue mixing the glaze. Stop mixing it.
Hello guys, today we are going to make a mandarin cheesecake that is a plated dessert. Well, in this case we are going to start with the whipped cream. Well, the whipped cream is going to we are going to heat it here in the stove, and we are going to put the cream, and then once start heating the cream, we are going to start to stirring. First of all, you need to heat the cream, and then we are going to put some tangerine zest that we got here for the finish, and we are going to rest this cream at least 30 minutes and let it infuse with the tangerine zest. Okay. Well, in this case, it's not necessary to boil it. just heat very well. And with that, I think that we are good for start with the recipe. I'm gonna add the tangerine zest for the whipped cream. And we are going to put it to rest for 30 minutes, okay? Then I'm gonna hydrate my gelatin. For the gelatin, or for the gelatin, I'm gonna add some milk, and I'm gonna dissolve it. And we're going to wait just a few minutes. Okay. Passing the 30 minutes, guys, we are going to add the gelatin to the cream that we infused with the tangerine zest. All of the gelatin. And we mix. We mix well. Then we're going to add the cream cheese with the sugar. All the sugar there, and we mix. Okay. Then, with the help of a hand blender, we are going to mix it very, very well. To get the proper texture, and then we are going to rest for an hour. And finally, we add the liquor. When the cream is ready, it's going to be like this, and it's ready to put it in a pastry bag and put it in the balloon, because we are going to shape it in a form of the balloon. Okay. When you get the proper texture, guys, it is time to get a pastry bag and put all your cream in a pastry bag, and with the help of a silicone scraper, put all the cream together. Back. And we're done. Then when our pastry bag is ready, guys, we are going to fill it, the balloon, with our cream. It is important to check the entry with the tip of the pastry bag and the nozzle of the balloon. Okay. Well, in this case, we are going to start. I'm going to put the balloon on the side, and I'm gonna push with the pastry bag. Okay. and it's going to be get like this. You have to push and get the right form. Okay, you have to check that you don't got any air bubbles inside. You have to be care about the air bubbles inside of the balloon. You have to push it. When you get the right proper way, you need to tie it, and then you are going to rest it. Okay.
Now for the last tip for giving the shape to the tangerine, we are going to place the balloons in a flexipan mode and make sure that the tip is down. Place every one of them. And to give the tangerine shape, we are going to use some of these trays to give some weight to the balloons. And then we're going to take it to the freezer.
When we got the first cooking of the blanched skin puree skin tangerine, we are going to come back with the tangerine and do it again for the second time. There is going to be some changes when you start blanket the skin tangerine, and it's going to be more orange. It's going to be more soft with the cooking, and well, we need to repeat again the process that we got it. Well, when we finish with the skin tangerine, it's going to be and look like this, okay? And then we are going to add the tangerine juice, guys. Then we are going to add the sugar, all of it, and start with the blending, okay? It's going to be look like this with the tangerine juice and the sugar, and with the help of a hand blender we are going to do a paste. We are going to start to mix it. I'm gonna add some butter. That it is important to get the texture of a cream, okay? Very important to do it in 2 steps to get the proper texture.
For the final assembly of the dish, we are going to pipe some of the tangerine skin puree over the dish. Then we're going to cover it with the cacao streusel. And it should resemble like the earth of a forest. And then we're going to glaze the cheesecake with the tangerine glaze. Make sure you remove the excess of the tangerine glaze by making these movements. And finally, clean the tangerine mousse with the bowl. Place it over the cacao streusel very carefully. And finally, decorate with 2 orange leaves.